Hi, my name is Steve Saloy. I'm with Frankness, and I'm here to talk to you today about when is it time to sell your business. I can tell you the time not to sell your business is when you're losing money. So we're going to make an assumption that your business is profitable, and that is definitely the best time to sell it. I have a question for you. If you were to invest $1 million and over a 4-year period, that $1 million would be given back to you. And at the end of that 4-year period, you were given an additional $400,000. Would you do it? If the answer is yes, then I agree with you. I would do it too. So let's talk about what I just said. If you had an initial investment in your business of $1 million and it cash flowed $250,000 a year, in 4 years, you'd have your initial investment back. And then, if you sold your business for $400 grand, you'd be out. Certainly your business has more value than $400 grand. But that's the control that you get when you get that initial investment back. And how quickly you get it back will determine how much value your business has and how much you can ask for it within the time frame of a lease. So really when we go into business, considering the length of time that you get that return on your investment is going to help you in the selling process. And there is a lifespan to a business, especially in a lease situation. When we start our businesses, there's always the initial investment, the amount of money that it took to build it in its entirety. I personally would like to think that before I consider selling, I want to make sure I've got that money back. And I think getting that money back gives me the control to realize that now I'm playing with house money, for instance. I think once I have all my money back, now it's time to at least take a look at whether or not I should sell my business. I think having an exit strategy is important. So what we need to look at is if we're in a lease situation, a lease has a time frame tied to it. If I'm a potential buyer of your business, I'm going to want to make sure that I at least have enough time on that lease to make back what you're asking for your business, plus have enough time to continue to make money beyond my initial investment. So when you consider selling your business, you have to also take it from the point of view of a potential buyer. So let's consider that you have a 10-year lease on your business, and within a 4-year period, you made your initial investment back. So if you look at things from the point of view of a buyer, they have 6 years left on that lease before they have to consider the renewal with the landlord. And who knows what that renewal could end up being. You have to consider that they have to make their money back plus be profitable above and beyond that. So what happens on a due diligence process from a potential buyer? Again, let's assume we've made all our money back and we're going to sell we're opting to sell our business. A potential buyer is going to come in, and within that due diligence process, first of all, they're going to look at the lease. They're going to look at all contractual obligations that come with this particular business. But the physical plan is going to be looked at also. And when we think about things along the lines of electronics, TVs, point of sale systems, these items typically after a 4 to 5 year period need to be replaced. Air conditionings on building, they're going to be looked at. What additional maintenance is going to be needed. So really that 4 to 5 year period is a pretty key time to start looking at potentially selling the business, because we're going to start getting into maintenance cost and replacement cost. So in the due diligence process, they're going to come in and they're going to look at these things. If they see that it needs to be replaced, they're going to either ask you to replace them, or they're going to ask you to diminish the asking price to kind of build in that replacement cost. Remember, a lease is also a ticking time bomb, if you could say. That time left on that lease is very, very important. It's important to you, it's important to a buyer, because if you've taken 6 to 7 years and you've now finally gotten your initial investment back and you only have 3 years, it'd be kind of tough to sell at that point. You might consider hanging on to that business and continuing to harvest cash flow before you go into the renewal option. So, back to the initial question, when is it time to sell your business? Question's kind of subjective, but things to consider are the return on your investment, the length of time it took you to get your money back. Again, once you have your money back in your pocket, you're in a great position to determine when and how much you want to sell your business for. But remember, the lease has time value. And the more time that's left on that lease, the more valuable it is to a potential buyer. And lastly, again, selling your business when it's not making any money is not the time to get rid of it. It's at that point, it's not even really a sell of a business. It's more of what they would call an asset purchase. And typically, you get about 10 cents on the dollar. So again, once you make your money back on that initial investment, at least start considering the possibilities of selling your business. But you have to look at it from a buyer's point of view. Again, I'm Steve Sloy. If you've liked anything you've seen on this video, give us a thumbs up on Facebook. And remember to subscribe to us on YouTube. And go to our website, franchisefrankness.com. Thanks for your time.